I think one of the key things about this new schedule of services is that it's been thought through from the client's perspective. Clients are facing many challenges, with digital transformation affecting the way that project information is procured and new construction processes emerging. This schedule of services enables the consulting engineer and the client to work together to come up with a common agreement about the best possible provision of information under the contract. It's essential that the right parties provide the information that they're best suited to, and this is a highly complex area, with information being provided from consulting engineers, from specialist contractors, and from suppliers. The schedule of services enables this procurement and the different contributions made by the different parties to be thought through from the outset to ensure that the client enters into agreements with all of the parties that provide him with a complete set of contract information. One of the key purposes of the schedule of services is to ensure that all parties understand their responsibilities and the specific deliverables that they're contracted to provide. The benefit of having a clear understanding from the outset of these responsibilities is that there is a reduced risk of uncertainty regarding information flow during the contract and less likelihood of the emergence of claims or disputes which can disrupt the process. The new arrangement of the schedule of services aligns with the RIBA plan of work, and it's been specifically constructed to allow adaptability to suit the client's preferred procurement method. In order to obtain optimum added value from the use of the schedule of services, it's essential that they're used at the very outset of the project. Notes have been provided at the beginning of the document, and these have been designed to stimulate a conversation between the client and the consulting engineer, which will enable both parties to think through the process and specifically enable the client to understand how he is going to get all of the project information he requires from the party best enabled to provide it. Working through these notes at the outset of the project will also enable the client to think through their choices regarding procurement, risk transfer, and the specific information they require to make key decisions as we move through the process. This early conversation between the consulting engineer and the client will also enable the parties to consider optimum collaborative working arrangements involving all project participants following the model of BS 1192 and the emerging international standard ISO 19650. The schedule also includes detailed description of possible additional services under Section 3 and services that may be required to be provided by others but managed by the consulting engineer under Section 4. These should be worked through in detail. They should not be seen as a list of possible extra costs, but really a list of things that need to be carefully considered as they may be a requirement for a successful project. A fully considered and completed schedule of services can also be used as a tool to inform the project process map as we move forward. When it came to putting together this new schedule of services, a lot of consideration was given to how it interfaces with the changing world of BIM. BIM is all about information, and fundamentally the construction of this schedule of services reflects that. Whether information is provided in a 2D drawing, in a written specification, or in a fully interactive 3D model, it's the content that's the key and the value of that content in terms of the execution of the project. By wording everything around the idea of information, this schedule of services is applicable whatever information production methodology is used, and that should be chosen according to what is most appropriate for the project, rather than specifically BIM or not BIM. We've therefore avoided creating two separate sets of services, one for a BIM project and one for a not BIM project, because in the future we see the focus on information as being the key. Alignment with current thinking around BIM has been made easier in Appendix 1. Here we specifically make reference both to UK standards and American standards for level of information. In the UK we have introduced separate levels for non-graphical information and graphical detail, whereas the American Institute of Architects methodology covers level of development in the familiar 100 to 500 series. Both of these are referenced in Appendix 1. The focus on information throughout the schedule of services has also been designed to generate a set of information that could be handed over at project completion to extract the full life value, which is the ultimate objective of BIM.